This is Tony Jones with IDissectMusic. Today we're going to dissect 36 additional piano chords. Our previous video, we learned the major, the minor, and the diminished chords in every key. If you do not know those chords, please go back to piano chords, 36 piano chords simplified. That's my previous video. But today we're going to learn 3 more. And we're going to learn them in triad, the triad chords. Triad chords are chords based upon 3 notes. We learned the major, we learned the minor, and we learned the diminished. Today we're going to learn the augmented, suspend 4, suspend 2. Now, as I stated in my previous video, the key is learning your major chords. 1, 3, 5, major chords. Based upon 1, the 3, and the 5 out your major scale. Now, an augmented chord is 1, 3, the 5 is sharped. What do you mean by sharp? It's a half step or 1 note to the right. So this last note here, G, will be raised to the G sharp. Notice I went to the right. If I'd have said flat, it'll went. So augmented is raised the last note. Don't go by looks, go by theory. If I'm here at the D major chord, the last note here, A, is sharp. E, last note sharp to the C. See that? 1 note over. It can be a white key or a black key, just based upon a half step to the right. F, F augmented. G, G augmented. A augmented. The oddball B, we called it, B augmented. D flat augmented. E flat augmented. F sharp or G flat, F sharp or G flat augmented. A flat augmented. B flat augmented. That's 12 chords. And the key is if you know your major chord. I told you in a previous lesson that if you learn your major chord, everything else I'm going to teach you concerning chords is going to be based upon this major chord. And augmented is raised the last note. Sometimes people play Amazing Grace. So it's a kind of a abstract sound to me when you play like Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. But you got gives you a different sound. Okay, let's move on. But before I do that, let me get this here. Let's look at the last one here. Augmented is 1, 3, the 5 is sharp. So you raise the 5 a half step to the right. Augmented symbol will usually, you'll see a C plus or C A U G. That's a G. So it's C plus or C A U G. So if I was here at C and they had this sign here, C plus or C A U G, that means the augmented. Raise the last note. Raise the 5. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on to the suspended 4. Suspend 4 is 1, 4, 5. But I teach people, if you know your major chord, let's go back to the C chord. Here's the symbol, C, S, U, S, 4. The key will be raise the 3 a half step to the right, or you sharpen that 3. That's the best way I can explain it for you to just get it instead of going through the scale to find it. If you know your major chord, 1, 3, 5. The 3 is raised 1 note. See that? Just raised a half step to the right. So I'll put this down and I'll play a C major chord, C augmented. I'm sorry, C suspended 4. Raised it 1 note. D. D suspended. E. E suspended. F. Suspend. Now be careful here. raise it one note. I didn't skip a note. I raised it one note. Don't go by looks, go by theory. Raise it one note over. G suspended. A suspended. B suspended. D flat suspended. E flat suspended. F sharp or G flat, suspend, raise. A flat, major chord, A flat suspended. B flat suspended. That's 12 more chords that you've learned because you learned it in every key. So the C, suspend. If I said augmented, remember, raise to 5. So now we've learned the augmented is raised to 5. Off is based upon that major chord. The suspended is raised to 3 1/2 step to the 4. Let's learn one more. And I'll bring this up. Let's learn the suspended 2 or the suspend 2. You said, what is a suspend 2? It's 1, 2, 5 out your scale. But without going through the scale, if you know your major chord, I noticed I said lower your 3, and I made a mistake here actually. It shouldn't say a 1/2 step. You should erase that and make it a whole step. Now you say, what is a whole step? If I got 1, 3, 5, lower this, a whole step means lower it 2 1/2 steps. So I lowered 1, 2. See what I did there? So the C suspend 2 is C, D, G. It's still 1, 2, 5 out your scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 5. But without going through the scale, if you know your major chord, and you go down a whole step, 1, 2 1/2, which equals 2 1/2 steps, 1, 2. There's your suspend 2. Gives you a totally different sound than the C suspend 4. So D suspend 2. So lower it, whole step, 1, 2. E suspend 2, 1, 2. F suspend 2, 1, 2. G suspend 2, 1, 2. A suspend 2, 1, 2. B suspend 2, 1, 2. That can be an exercise for you. D flat suspend 2, 1, 2. E flat suspend 2, 1, 2. F sharp or G flat suspend 2, 1, 2. A flat suspend 2, 1, 2. B flat suspend 2, 1, 2. That's 36 chords, additional chords that I just simplified for you. Hopefully that was simple for you. But what we can do is this. You can practice them first with the augmented. You raise the 5. You raise the last note. See, remember, it's always accuracy before speed. You don't have to go. Take your time until you get used to it. Raise the last note. That's augmented. Raise the last note. And that's one note to musicians that are trying to learn piano. It's not always about the speed first. It's always accuracy before speed. Get your timing right. Get an understanding, and then the speed will come. Now, I have an exercise that you can also do with the suspend 4, suspend 2. I like to do it like this. So let's do this. Major, suspend, to the suspend, I'm sorry, major, suspend 4, suspend 2. Suspend 4, suspend 2. D, suspend 4, suspend 2. You can use that as an exercise if you like. Suspend 4, suspend 2. E, suspend 4, suspend 2. I had to look at it myself there. E, suspend 4, suspend 2. F, suspend 4, suspend 2. F, suspend 4, suspend 2. G, suspend 4, suspend 2. A, suspend 4, suspend 2. B, suspend 4, suspend 2. D flat, suspend 4, suspend 2. E flat, suspend 4, suspend 2. F sharp or G flat, suspend 4, suspend 2. A flat, suspend 4, suspend 2. B flat, suspend 4, suspend 2. That's 36 additional piano chords simplified. I hope this was a blessing to you. God bless.